Okay, so on the internet, it's very common and that many people know that Discord mods are honestly the most weirdest things. And I will say this, we've seen a lot of guy Discord mods, but when it comes to the girls, well, it's a whole different category. And today's story is all about it. But before we get into it, make sure you guys do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Seriously, it means a lot when you guys do. And let's just jump straight into this. Yo, what is going on, you guys? My name's Bubba, and welcome back to a really embarrassing story. Now, today's story all takes place back when I was 18 years old. So I'm an adult. I'm a full-on adult. I know what I'm doing, and I'm smarter than the average. Okay, well, smarter. You know what I mean. But I remember basically I was on YouTube one time just going through my favorite YouTubers, and I found one of my OG favorite YouTubers that I used to watch all the time. Now, nowadays, almost every YouTuber has like a Discord server that they have dedicated to them where they could talk about, you know, their content and stuff like that and basically stay updated with that creator. By the way, I also have a Discord server. If you guys do want to stay updated with me, just click in the description down below and you'll see a link that goes straight to my Discord server. There's over 3,000 of you guys already in there, but obviously more are welcome. Anyways, I remember from there, when I saw this OG YouTuber, I was really excited and I'm like, oh, like I'm gonna join a Discord server. It's been a long time. So I ended up joining their Discord server, and when I got in there, I'm not gonna lie to you, it was really weird how people would interact in there. But obviously this OG YouTuber had like a lot of people in his server, and a lot of them were just talking like a lot of smack and a lot of awkwardness, and it was just one of the most weirdest Discords I've been in. And I remember as I was thinking about leaving, I remember I just decided to say hello and stuff just to see if, you know, any interaction would happen where my favorite YouTuber would talk back or something. And then one thing led to another. I ended up getting a message from a Discord mod. Now, I didn't get a private message, but I got a message from this Discord mod that was basically like a part of that OG YouTuber's Discord. And basically she ended up typing in the Discord saying, oh, like, hey, like, welcome to the server, Bubba. Now at that point I was really awkwarded out and I just said like, oh, like, hi, because like, I don't know, she was just like some nobody that was just managing the server, right? At least that's what I thought. From there, I remember me and her would always like kind of like message back and forth in the like the general chat of the server, and me and her would just keep talking back and forth, and no one else was really typing other than me and her. I don't know why, because this server had over like 10,000 people in it, but for some reason only her and me were typing in general chat. I found it really awkward, but obviously me and her, we ended up having a conversation. She told me how she was from Australia and all this crazy stuff, and me being a Canadian, well, I already knew in my mind there was no way I was gonna see this girl, so I didn't pay much attention to her. I remember a couple days go by and I kind of like stay away from the Discord but still kind of like join in and talk once in a while. And I remember one time when I joined the Discord server call, I ended up joining in and there were like 3 guys in there. Now these 3 guys, they were like big fans of this YouTuber, this OG YouTuber, and they just kept talking about this person left and right. And me, obviously, like I kind of wanted to join in on the conversation because I was also a fan of him back then. And we kept talking and talking, but then one thing led to another. This girl that was a Discord mod ended up joining the Discord call, and she's like, oh, like, hey, is Bubba in here? Oh my goodness, like, hi Bubba, like, how are you doing? And she tried sounding like a total girly girl, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it was really awkward, to the point where none of us decided to say anything, and she ended up leaving the call. When she left the call, I remember one of the guys just kept making fun of me saying, oh, like, bro, you're her favorite. Oh, okay. And me, I'm just like kind of awkwarded out, and I'm like, dude, it's not like that. Like, I don't know her like that. We talked like maybe once in general chat, but that's literally it. Obviously though, it's the internet. Everyone's gonna make fun of you for the littlest things you do. Now, me thinking that was gonna be like the it of it and people were just gonna like move on, I remember this is where the story gets a lot worse, because I remember 2 days go by and me, I'm still going into the Discord server once in a while. It became kind of like my go-to place because, like, you know, why not? It's like a comfort Discord. And one time I ended up typing in general chat saying like, what's up to everybody? And then one thing led to another. I ended up getting a private message from this Discord mod. Now this Discord mod messaged me for some reason. I don't know if I was in trouble or anything, but basically she ended up messaging me saying, yo, like, Bubba, like, you know those guys that were bugging you the other day? No, but why? What's up? She ended up saying, oh, well, like, I banned them for you. What? You banned people because of me? It's not even my Discord, is what I told her. But then she ended up basically sending me a winky face emoji, and at that point I think I knew what was going on. I remember, like, to basically take it off my mind and basically not make it a big deal, I decided not to message her back as much because obviously I didn't want her thinking anything special was gonna happen between us ever. And then, well, let's just say I was wrong and things ended up getting a lot worse, because after that private message she ended up DMing me over and over again. She would always like try to like say like good morning and good night messages, and it was super weird, especially for Discord. Don't get me wrong, like having a girlfriend and all, like I get it, you know, sending you good morning messages and saying good night messages, like that's normal because that's your girlfriend. But a Discord mod that you were part of a server is getting messages like that it's just weird. I don't know, I felt uncomfortable, especially like, come on, man, really, dude? And I remember from there I was just really bizarred out, and I decided to basically like kind of like ignore her in a way and kind of like keep distant from her. But this is where everything goes to like blob. Like this is where everything just decides to like just break, because I remember one time I was in the server and I ended up joining the general call. And as I'm in there, I'm just talking to everyone, you know, having a good time. We're all talking about like some funny video that this YouTuber just released, when this girl, the Discord mod, ends up joining the call, turning on her camera, and she comes in there saying, Baba, like, can I call you privately real quick? She ended up leaving the call right away after and started calling me, and everyone in the general call started like basically going like, ooh, like something's gonna happen. And me being super weirded out, I'm like, bro, what could possibly happen? Like, there's no way. So I ended up answering the call, and basically she ended up talking to me with her camera on, and she asked me to put on my camera. Now me, I'm not gonna lie to you, there are a lot of times where I'm sitting on my desk and I'm shirtless, okay? Like, I've done a shirtless video one time, like I was super lazy. Like, there's so many times in my moments in my life where I would sit on my desk and I would be shirtless. And this girl asked me to put on my camera, and I was shirtless at the time. But you know what? I didn't really care. I kind of like showed it like kind of like how I'm showing you guys now. Like, I'm kind of like this level. So like it didn't really like show much. So I ended up like turning on my camera and I was just shirtless. And when she saw I was shirtless, I'm not joking, her face went tomato red. And she's like, oh, like, you're super cute. And me, I didn't know what to say. I was just kind of weirded out. And then one thing led to another. She said, oh, like, let me join you. She ended up taking off her shirt, and she was just like literally in like a bra and just literally sitting on camera with me, just wearing not a shirt. At this point, I didn't know what to say, and I started kind of getting bricked because she did have a good, nice pair of cherries. But at the same time, obviously, like, this is a Discord mod, bro, from Australia. Like, why in the world are we doing this right now? I remember she kept looking at me, and she saw and I guess kind of realized that I was getting bricked because I kept looking down. And then this is where the story gets really, really awkward, because I remember right after that moment, she ends up looking at me and saying, oh, like, Baba, like, if you want, I could take this off too. She ends up taking off her, like, you know, underwear thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't get into detail because YouTube monetization, but seriously, like, she ended up taking off more than I expected. And at that point, I felt so uncomfortable where I'm like, whoa, no, like, stop. I ended up looking at her saying, okay, listen, you need to stop. Like, we can't do this. Like, no. I ended up hanging up the call right away. And this girl starts spam DMing me. She ends up spamming me over and over and over again, to the point where I was even scared to join this OG YouTuber's Discord server, because who knows what was gonna happen. I remember 3 days went by, 3 whole days. And me thinking that I was just gonna, you know, come back from the grave and just, you know, act like everything's normal. Well, I couldn't, because I'm not joking. She would message me over and over, to the point where her last DM to me was, Baba, since you're not talking to me and since you're literally just like a jerk, I'm just gonna ban you from the server because we don't like jerks in the Discord server. And honestly, Baba, you can never be my kitten. When she called me kitten at that point, I'm not gonna lie to you, I wanted to leave the server, because what kind of 18-year-old guy gets called a kitten? So I remember I ended up leaving the Discord server, and I got banned from it, actually, funny enough, because I tried joining it the other day before I told this story. And yeah, one thing led to another, things to just not work out. What is the moral of the story? Well, be careful who you talk to, and be careful of Discord mods, and be careful of anyone that's trying to get more than they should from you through the internet. Anyways, guys, that is basically it for today's story. Make sure you guys do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And like I always say, follow for more embarrassing stories just like this one. Peace out, guys.